Javi, it's time.
Oh, it's time? Welcome back inside the lab. This week, Team Prestige chose something a little more stealthy for the enthusiasts at home. The car we're about to show you has the ability to embarrass Ferraris and McLarens on track, but doesn't scream or shout about its presence. When resting in our showroom, this vehicle gets overlooked as guests flock to the stunning Paganis and Bugattis. And I think it's our responsibility as car lovers to bring this vehicle the attention it deserves. Introducing the 2011 997.2 Porsche 911 GT2 RS. Before I get into the insane detail that Porsche's GT street car division poured into this 997 GT2 RS, I think it's important to truly appreciate how phenomenal the foundation of this car is. The 997 generation of the 911 stretched from 2004 all the way to 2012, with a vast variety of models offered in between. But the base model is still drool-worthy. The base recipe consisted of 3,200-pound curb weight, a 6-speed manual gearbox connected to a naturally aspirated 3.6-liter flat six that kicked out 340 horsepower directly to its rear wheels. Those numbers may not make the Carrera 2 the most lusted after 911, but there's no denying the foundation of the 997 era is pure sports car. So once you appreciate how great the base car is, it's only more amazing to see the different models Porsche created on the way to the final 997 GT2 RS. There is the more powerful Carrera S, then there is the more powerful yet planted Carrera 4S, then there's the everyday supercar of the Turbo, then there is the enthusiast-focused GT3, then there is the track-focused GT3 RS, and of course the wild GT2. The GT2 has a rich history spanning back to the 993 generation of the 90s, where a standard turbo was given more power, less weight, and sent all of its power to the rear wheels. However, it was the 996 generation that gave the GT2 its infamous name of the Widowmaker. That car had no traction control and a leery nature that initially lured the driver into miles of understeer, only to snap quickly into oversteer with its 462 turbocharged horsepower that would send the unsuspecting driver into the wall. However, the 997 GT2 was a different beast. Despite 530 horsepower from a modified Porsche GT1 engine, the car had traction control and massive carbon ceramic brakes to slow you down from triple-digit speeds. Porsche even worked on the aero and gave the 997 GT2 a new front vent to help channel air over the roofline to meet a new rear wing that gained its own bespoke intakes for the engine. The hardcore GT2 could have been the final swan song for the 997 generation, had it not been for a group of meddling Japanese engineers that developed the mighty R35 Nissan GTR. Despite costing half as much as the GT2, the GTR had the ability to destroy supercars of the late 2000s, and it demolished the GT2's Nürburgring time of 7 minutes and 32 seconds with a blistering 7 minutes and 27 seconds. Don't forget that number. The heads of Porsche were not pleased, and the now legendary Andres Punguaina, project leader of the GT street car division, set off on a new endeavor with the codename 727. That project was the GT2 RS. When it appeared in 2010, the 997 2RS was limited to 500 units worldwide and became the most powerful Porsche ever made. Its twin-turbo 3.6-liter flat six received new intercoolers, new turbochargers, new pistons, a new exhaust, and a new ECU that increased boost to 23.5 psi to produce 620 horsepower at 6,500 RPM and 516 pounds-feet of torque at 2,250 RPM. Not only was the power astronomical, but the car went on a severe diet as well. Porsche gave the car a new single-mass flywheel to shed 18 pounds, a carbon fiber hood to cut 5.5 pounds, new suspension to shave another 10 pounds, center lock wheels to cut 6.6 pounds, new aluminum brake cups to save 11 pounds, a new lithium-ion battery to save 22 pounds, optional carbon fiber front fenders to cut 11 pounds, less carpeting to cut 9 pounds, and of course, substituting the normal Porsche crest badge with a sticker to save literal grams. The end result is a car that has a curb weight of just 3,050 pounds, a full 323 pounds lighter than its more tame supercar brother, the 911 Turbo. The car also received the same chassis from the track rat GT3 RS, except it was stiffer to handle the increased power load. Even the gearbox received shorter ratios to help increase overall acceleration. To increase downforce, the 2RS received a new front splitter and a new rear diffuser. The end result from Punquaina and his team was a car faster than the 2010 American Le Mans Series Porsche race car. The 997 GT2 RS was able to launch from 0 to 62 miles an hour in 3.5 seconds and push on to a ridiculous 205 miles an hour. Most importantly, the car was able to beat the GTR's time of 7 minutes and 27 seconds by a full 9 seconds and posted a 7-minute, 18-second lap time. The story of this car's development is one to cherish, but it's quickly forgotten once you're in person with the car. The 997 is my favorite generation of 911, as it almost falls into the retro modern category. The proportions are still small, where the cabin sits snug between the rear arches of the car, and it gives the viewer the feeling that this car has hips. The car still has analog elements like hydraulic steering, a manual gearbox, and a regular parking brake, but still brings the same reliability that a modern car would. And it's not only the engineering, it's also the ergonomics and the aesthetics. Inside the cabin, you'll find an Alcantara steering wheel without any buttons. When you look to the instrument cluster, all the dials are analog. The center console isn't littered with drive mode selectors and track pads. There are 2 buttons for stability and traction control, along with 1 button for the suspension. There's not even a sport button. It's just sport all the time. However, just because the interior is Spartan doesn't mean it's impractical. One of the best things about the GT2 RS is that at the end of the day, it's still a 911. Its suspension is stiff, but not bone-shattering. The front has space for your shopping, and because it's a Porsche, it'll start up every time you want to go for a drive. It's hard to describe the feelings this tasty piece gives me, but I can sum it up with one expression. Ugh. From that shifter feel, ugh, to the classic yet aggressive styling. It's perfect and everything makes me go, ugh, yes. Press the nicely weighted clutch and turn the left-hand ignition to hear this glorious flat 6 roar to life via the titanium exhaust. We'll let you hear those Stuttgart stallions run. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please smash that thumbs up. It really helps. Subscribe if you haven't already and hit that bell so you don't miss our next video. Let us know in the comments below what you think of the 997 GT2 RS. Did we miss any of your favorite details? What's your favorite era of 911? Who do you think Porsche's main rival is at the moment? Let's chat in the comments below.